right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. How's it going? I am at Cabo. I'm at the event here, the EXP event here in Cabo, and everything's going great. Hey, I'm super excited to have Frank Kleaitz here today. Frank, how are you today?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Well, if you don't mind, if you could share a little bit about yourself, and then let's just jump into the content.
Yeah. I'm for about 15 years, all I've been doing is getting people's phone to ring, specifically from their database. Worked with thousands of top agents, have a firm with 50 people. Tom, you're a client. And the goal is to help you better articulate your competence to the people that you know. So you can charge higher fees, get better clients, get people to call you. Basically, I need you guys all to start publishing. And we're going to talk about how to do it today in a way that makes sense so you guys get some business. Shall we start? Let me guys go ahead and get
let's get started.
So normally I have about an hour to go through this, but we're going to get it done in 30 minutes today. In the chat here, just to make things easy for you, I'm going to put the outline. Did you guys give me a thumbs up if you guys got the outline for today so we can follow along? All right, cool. All right. So the first thing that I just want to share with you is, just to kind of speed things up. Frank, how do I get business? How do I get sellers? How do I get people to call me to sell their house? Right? Well, let me pull up some slides, shall we? Let's take a look at this model. Many of you have probably seen this before. Did I go backward? Hang on. All we have to do is get a list of homeowners in a zip code or an area that are likely to sell. And you have to call them or knock on their door or mail them something with a reason to respond, saying, I can help you find out what your home is worth. I have a cash offer on your home, or I'd like to invite you to my seller workshop. You need to have a haven't met strategy with a list of people who are likely to sell their home in the zip codes that you want. And you have to spend money or time to get in front of them with an offer. All right. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. I want to talk about working your Mets. Once you have permission from these homeowners, as well as all your past clients in your sphere to stay in touch, you kind of need like a long-term nurture program so they get to know you and see you as a competent real estate professional. So they get to know you. And when they're ready to actually sell, they remember you, or you could follow up and contact them and they see you as like someone who's legit. So I would say every one of you here needs a haven't met plan for sellers to go after a cold list, which is not the topic of today. But really the topic of today is how do you stay in touch with the people that you know? And effectively, right, like on the Met side, is what do you do? Like what's the plan? How do you go about, like, what's the right recipe of how you do this? So essentially what I want you to do is I want you to start publishing. And here's an example of some video blogs. This is a video blog where you can articulate your competence that you know what you're talking about in real estate, specifically probably answering commonly asked questions that buyers and sellers ask, where you lay down the knowledge. And you shoot these videos and you put them up on a website that has various call to actions to request a strategy call or search for homes or, find out what your home is worth or get a cash offer. And you can see here that when someone's trying to decide to use you, this is pretty cool. It really positions you as an expert. All right. So with that being said, what we recommend and what I recommend is, okay, what is this touch program for your existing Mets? Here it is. I recommend 2 educational videos a month and 1 lead generation message a month. So every month to your Mets, again, this is like all the people, let's say, this is all the people in your CRM on the Met side. This is all the people you probably have in your Gmail, all the people you have in your Outlook, all the people that you have in your cell phone. What are you doing to like let people know that you're in real estate and you're competent in your job? And that answer, okay, is create 2 educational videos a month between maybe 3 to 5 minutes long. Okay. And then send out 1 email a month with an offer for immediate response to a landing page to spike lead generation. And that email is like maybe, hey, I'm doing a seller workshop, come register. Hey, would you like a cash offer on your home? Request one. Hey, would you like to find out what your home is worth? Put your information here to find out what your home is worth. Hey, would you like to get on my VIP buyer list? Put your information in here. 2 educational videos a month, 1 lead generation message a month. I'm going to go deeper in that today. Okay. And where is that outline? I'm going to pull up my outline over here. There it is. Okay. And then ultimately, what would be really nice is you can actually track all the people that engage with your videos. So for example, here's a client that sent this out to 21,000 people in their database, very large database. And 895 people click through to watch a video on the 3 things you must know before you sell your home this spring. Wouldn't it be great to prioritize your follow-up with those 895 people that watched a video on how to sell your house? Yeah. And then in addition, this is my wife and I, but we would send out emails to our database saying, hey, would you like to skip the hassle of traditionally selling your house with open houses and showings? If you just want to straight up cash offer on your home and just sell it without any of the stress, put your information in here. And over the years, we've had 583 people, and here's their names and phone numbers and emails. This is a long time ago. Of people that said, yeah, I'd like someone to call me to get an offer on their house. So ultimately, how do you take your database, build trust with your database, right? The Mets, 2 videos a month, 1 lead generation message a month. It's kind of your 33, 36 touch. Okay. And we want to educate your list so they see you as a trusted advisor and a competent professional. And we also want to spike response. And we do 2 of these a month and 1 of these a month. Those 3 touches, let's say a month to your database, is the perfect plan. All right. So let's go into it. How do you actually do this? Well, what I'm going to recommend to you guys is you need to think about what are, let's say, 24 questions that sellers and buyers ask a real estate agent commonly that you can lay down your expertise in the answer in a 3 to 5 minute video. And it's helpful if you come up with all those questions up front. And here they are. And if you guys would like a copy of those questions that I think you all should start answering on video, if you go to getviral.com and you scroll down here to real estate agent, you'll see here's all the topics. So for example, for March, Tom, I want you to publish a video on the topic of how do I know how much my home is worth? And is the cost of housing in Sacramento finally coming down? Those are 2 questions that are hotly asked right now in Sacramento. And if you put out a video with those topics and you send that to your list, you're going to get people clicking and engaging on that. And you probably want to call those people. Got it? And again, you're really going to help you. I want to drive this home is articulating your competence in real estate. Those are the types of videos that I recommend, not necessarily dancing around on TikTok, which can help. I mean, people do get business from that, but that's not really what we're talking about here today. So not only 2 videos a month, but we also want that monthly lead generation message. We want that monthly message too that spikes leads. And Tom, for you this month, you're going to send out an email that says, hey, I updated my home selling guide for 2024. And if you'd like to download a free copy of my updated free home selling guide, put your information in. And that will generate leads for you. Sound good? There you go. There's your topics. And you can go through your whole year and have all these planned out of this is the content. These are the videos that go on YouTube. This is what you post on social media. Articulate your expertise and generate leads out to your Met list. And also you have to admit, like when you start publishing this stuff and people are researching like who they're going to go with as a realtor, it really, really, really helps getting people to know you. When you have these, things online for people to see that you're the best option for them. Okay. So let's keep going. All right. Now I won't go into this, but this is a script template, and you're welcome to use this. Is that when you sit down, you actually have to create a piece of content. This is the work. What's the YouTube title? What's the YouTube description? What's the email subject line? What's the email preview text? What are the key points of the video you're going to make? What are the chapter titles? If you ever plan on getting involved in social media or you plan on making videos, there's no way around this. And if you skip this, the content's going to come out really sloppy. And this is the template that we use when it's time to create your 2 videos. This is where we come up with basically what to say. You guys like that? You guys are welcome to take a screenshot and use it. But if you're trying to figure out how to create a video that speaks to somebody with a pain or problem to buy or sell a home, This is how you structure the content. This is the planning up front to answer the video question. All right. Okay. So with that now, I kind of talked about planning your 1 year of content. So we've gone through here in the checklist of our lesson today. Let's just recap over these first 10 minutes. I want to show you today how to reconnect with your neglected database to book more warm appointments. It was very clear that you all need to have a strategy to build your database. That's not the topic of today. We're talking about your existing database. All right. And I gave you a plan. How are you going to stay in touch with your Mets? My answer to you, the point of diminishing returns, is I want you to publish 2 videos a month and send out 1 lead generation message a month. And I want you to prioritize your follow-up with the people who engage and respond. Okay, Frank, great. Great, I'll take that. Okay, well, that begs the question, what do I say? This is the work. And this is where, I'm just going to go bang out cold calls today because that's too hard, is what the answer for most of the industry is. But if we could sit down and think and be more deliberate and have creative time in juxtaposition to productivity time, during our creative time, we sat down and planned these out. We write these out and I give you the direction for the topics. Like, okay, now I feel a lot more comfortable. But like, at least I have some idea what I'm going to say and I can have a structure for it and it builds more confidence to actually do this. All right. So now that that's kind of set up, all right, and we kind of discussed the strategy, let's talk about the actual execution, shall we? Let's actually execute this. So, you guys have your cell phones? Where's mine? Pull out your cell phone. There it is. All right. And I want you to go to the App Store or whatever it is that you use. I want you to type in Export Contacts by Covey. So export, C-O-V-V-E, I think it is. C-O, yep. C-O-V-V-E, this. You guys see that there? Pull up this app. All right. And what it's going to do, it's going to tell you how many contacts you have in your cell phone and very easily export it to a spreadsheet so we can get a message to them. All right. So it might charge you a couple bucks. I recommend paying it. I'm going to click open on mine because I already have mine installed. And then why don't you guys put in the chat how many contacts it says it has in your cell phone? So my cell phone, I have 2,349. Do you guys see that? If you guys install yours, let's see how many contacts you have in your phone. And whatever number comes back, I want you to ask yourself, all these people probably know you or you've interacted with in the past. What are you doing to stay in touch with them and to articulate your confidence as a real estate professional so they hire you or refer you to somebody that needs to buy or sell a home? That's the question I want to ask yourself. What are we doing with these people? It's an asset you're sitting on right in your phone. And put in your chat with a number. Next, I would assume a lot of you guys use Gmail. All right. I want you to go to contacts.google.com. All right. So let's just say you're using Gmail. I'll share my screen. Contacts.google.com. Why don't you go log in there and I want you to select the very first contact. I'm sorry, I apologize. I want you to click other contacts on the left. This is everyone that you've ever interacted with a Google product. See that? I want you to click the very first option here. And then this little down button, I want you to click all. And I want you to tell me what that number is. What is that number? Put it in the chat. How many contacts do you have in your Gmail that you've emailed over the past? You know those emails pop up autofill? Yeah, they're saved. That's how you get them. I would consider this everyone you've ever communicated with it by the loosest definition is met. There's different definitions for met. The strictest definition is going to be permission. The loosest definition is they just know who you are. Okay. What is that number? Put it in the chat. Now, whatever that number is, I want you to ask yourself, what are you doing to stay in touch with these people so they choose you when it's time to buy or sell a home, or they refer you when it's time to buy or sell a home? And what are you doing to articulate your competence to them that you're the most competent agent to get them to a transaction? Those are the questions I want you to ask when you see these things. The third thing I would do is whatever CRM you're using, KV Core, Top Producer, Boomtown, Commissions Inc., Real Geeks, there's tons of them, is I'd recommend you go into your CRM where you probably have all your buyers and seller leads. And I would see how many contacts are in there and export all of those as well and see how many of those contacts you have. And I would sit back and I would ask ourselves again, what are we doing? What's the plan to communicate with these people? What's the plan? And is the plan positioning you as a highly paid expert? That's the question. Sometimes the plan is not doing that because you're sending them a bunch of crap, right? Let's step it up. So now let's say you have your phone export. Let's say we have your Google export, and let's say we have your CRM export. A lot of those emails are going to be bad emails, and we don't want to upload them into an email program if they're not good. So I'm going to recommend this product called Never Bounce. It's really helpful. You can upload all of those spreadsheets to Never Bounce, and it will remove all the bad emails. Okay? Just upload those lists there, download the clean list. And now you have a cleaned list of like literally every email you have on file that's something that probably might marginally, at the loosest definition, know who you are, right? And then without getting into too much detail, I want you to upload it to MailChimp, or I want you to upload it to an email marketing account that will deduplicate it. And now all of you, if we actually sit down and did this, would have a fully exported, scrubbed, deduplicated list of everyone you've ever known in your entire life ready to get an email from you. How does that sound? And if you paid attention to the opening part of this, you have a strategy to continue to build your list of homeowners who give you permission to stay in touch because you have a plan to reach out to a farm effectively. All right. This is how I would coach anybody or guide anyone on how to build a real sustainable, branded, quality, professional, service-driven, consultative approached, real estate business. All right. So now that all that's done, let's go back to the plan here. Last but not least, I want you to send out a reconnect email. I'll be very brief on this. Now that all these people on your email account, you want an email that goes out something like this. I'm going to dictate it to you. Subject line: excited to reconnect with you. Dear friends, clients, colleagues, I'm writing you because we've done a deal together. We're connected on social media. Or maybe you're near my address book or cell phone, or we've interacted at one point in time. And I want to write you and let you know that I'm still selling real estate. I've been doing this for X number of years, right here in Tom's case, Sacramento. And I've been reading the news lately, and it's very confusing. Are rates going up? Are rates going down? Is the Fed going to lower rates? Are prices going up? Are prices going down? We're still coming in off the tail end of a crazy pandemic with some of the most massive money printing the world has ever seen. And it's affecting real estate, affordability, etc. So because I care about you, I care about my clients, I'm stepping up my game. Because the stuff that you hear in the national news is not what's going on here right locally in our city. So I started writing down questions that I'm getting all the time from clients that are in the heart and the depth of a very highly emotional, very life-altering real estate transaction. And I'm going to start answering them for you on video. In fact, I'm going to start sending you 2 educational Q&A videos a month to help guide you make smart real estate decisions, whether it's buying, selling, or investing in real estate. And you're going to get them shortly. And if you don't want to hear from me, because I know this email's out of the blue, just click on subscribe. No hard feelings. But if you've made it this far in this email, you can actually go to my website and find out what your home is worth. I'll tell you, if you think of selling. And if you're searching for homes and want to buy one, you go to my website and search, just like we do on the MLS. And, go register. And if you're thinking about actually transacting a real estate deal this summer, this spring, this year, please call me, please. I know what problems come up, and I can put you in a plan to prevent those things, have a proactive plan to make sure the deal goes smoothly and you actually get the deal at the price and terms that you want. I've been doing this for X number of years. So anyways, thanks for reading all this. Look forward to staying in touch. Your realtor, Megan Peer. Megan, how does that sound? Would you feel comfortable sending an email like that out to literally everyone you know in your entire life?
Yeah. I feel like with emails, it's just easier to send those out and not feel like weird about it.
Mm-hmm. So it is scary, but I will tell you, I can pretty much sit down anyone and put that together and send it out, and business right then, right there. Conversation start right away. So again, to deliver on my promise today, how to reconnect with your neglected database. I showed you guys how to quickly build it and get it all in one spot and get it cleaned. Yes. and then I show you and give you the script and the recording of what to write out without getting into the tyranny of how to do it. But like, let's get a reconnect message out to your whole list. Cool. All right. So now let's move on. Let's give you the actual ongoing marketing plan. Let's deliver on our promises. Let's put a touch program in place, again, to stay in better touch, articulate your competence, show people that you know what you're talking about, be the merchant of certainty. The reason you're going to get a higher fee and the reason someone's going to go with you when they need you is because they're more certain you're going to guide them to get the deal done than a competitor. Like, your job and what you are selling is certainty. And the more you do that by laying down your knowledge because you're the subject matter expert, by answering commonly asked questions, the better job you do at that, the more certain someone's going to be that you're the person to guide me. And it's very troubling, very difficult, home expired with 3 other agents. I need someone to actually get this job done. I'm going to go with this agent and pay them the most, right? So how do we do that? Well, you're going to have your videos, right? So we came up with some video topics and we came up with some scripts for that kind of didn't have a lot of time to go into that, but you kind of know what to say. So it's time to shoot a video. How do you do it? I'm going to walk you through it right now. It's time to actually record a video. Get your phone and you're going to install the Riverside app on it. Riverside is a studio quality Zoom. All right. And this is what all the pros use to record high quality video. And you're going to call an accountability buddy, and you're going to shoot your videos together because you just doing it yourself is never going to happen. You're going to go to the workout partner. All right. And you're going to sit down, you're both going to hop on Riverside and you're going to shoot your videos together at a scheduled time. And you're going to set your cell phone up. You're going to tap the Riverside button. You're going to meet your accountability partner. You're going to have your scripts. And as you can see in the script, it's scene by scene. You're going to take little chunks of the video. You're going to do a little minute. You're going to do a minute. You're going to do a minute. Then the editor can bring it all together and you got all the footage right from your phone. Fair enough? That is how you do it. You don't need a whole studio. You don't need all the pomp and circumstance. You need Riverside and a cell phone, a script, and a buddy. That's how it gets done wherever you are in the world. All right. That's how it'll always get done. So once that's done and you record your video, all right, the next thing is it needs to get edited and it needs to go on YouTube. You guys want to see an example? Well, there's actually, just for the sake of time, I usually have an hour, but go look at Tom's. Tom, what's your website? What's your video blog? Or what's your YouTube? Hopefully, we're started the day early, late night last night in Cabo. Can you hear me, Tom? You might be muted. No, you're muted out. Well, whatever. I'll find the link. Go take a look at Tom's stuff. All right. But you can see a whole bunch of examples online, but it's just you talking into the camera, giving insight. Got it? Building trust and developing certainty with that person that really needs to get a deal done and wants to pay you money to solve the problem on the other side. Got it? And you have to build that skill. It's not easy. You start off like usually just, one-to-one, belly to belly. And you probably graduate to using the phone. And you probably graduate to speaking. The highest form of communication is being able to communicate through media, through one-to-many communication, so you can reach the most amount of people. And if you can make those jump in your own skill sets, you're going to see the financial rewards and benefit from it. All right. So it needs to get edited. You can hire an editor. Okay. Fiverr, viral, not a big deal. Okay. Once there's a script and it's recorded well, let's talk about the promotion. Let me give you some examples of maybe what this should look like when promoted. Okay. Here we go. You ready? What does it look like if you actually do this right? Well, you have a pretty sweet YouTube channel, right? Isn't that pretty impressive? If a seller's trying to figure out which agent they're going to hire, they can hop on your YouTube channel, look something like that. This is how you do it. 2 videos a month, compound over 24 of a year. Let's keep going. This is you on YouTube. Those are all shot in an iPhone, by the way. All of those videos are iPhone. Okay. This is you on your blog because the video goes on your blog. I probably put the video on your website with an article. So what happens with the video? It goes up on YouTube. right? With maybe like you pull a short from it. It goes on your website with an article with the knowledge that you have. Someone can process all this, right? Like this is what your marketing person does, gets put into an email, gets sent to the whole list that we talked about, right? Goes up on social media, get a little bit of retargeting going on. So they see you all over social media. But this is think about the way of staying in touch with your database. If you can just sit down and record those 2 videos, it would look like this if it's properly promoted, right? Then ultimately, you're not going to reach everyone digitally. Why don't we put it on a postcard and mail it out? Why don't we take that video and put it on a postcard and send it to your top contacts, right? Those are all the ways that, again, to deliver back on the promise of today. How do you, stay in touch? What's the big takeaways from the presentation today? Let's go through this again. The reason you're here, the reason you're giving me 30 minutes is how do you reconnect with your neglected database, video, social media, email to book more warm appointments. Let me wrap it up. Again, normally I have a little bit of an hour, but here's the gist. You guys have a database. If I sat down with each and every one of you and pulled your cell phone, pulled your Gmail, and pulled your CRM, there's a list to start with. And then there is a plan to build it. Got to have it. All right. What are you doing to stay in touch with your list? And if you are already doing something, are you really marketing yourself as the trusted expert that knows what they're talking about? Right? Let's do the work up front. Let's sit down and do the hard work of the thinking up front so it's easy all year with topics. And I gave you some guys to think about. You guys have a good gist of how to export and clean up your list. Then ultimately, I want you to send out 2 videos a month and 1 lead generation message a month. I don't have much time to go into this, but here's the whole deal. What's going to happen when you do this? Let's talk about these warm appointments. I have 1 minute left. What's going to happen? Well, people are just going to call you. That's great. Reach out to you because they see your stuff. All right. You can see who's clicking the links in your emails so you can prioritize your phone call follow-up. That's good. All right. And last is you're going to have people that opt in on your web forms. So when you send out a lead generation message and people opt in, you're going to have those leads. Okay. So what do you say to them? How do you convert that to business? Well, here it is. Where's the last slide? I'm almost done. I can't find it. Where did it go? Here it is. Here's the script. Hi, it's John Smith with ABC Company. I see you subscribe to my videos. Thank you. I'm calling because I'm free to answer any more questions you may have about buying or selling a house. Oh, funny you called. Yeah, no, you're watching my stuff. And that's how you get conversation started. And that there is how you set a warm appointment. Boom. Tom, 30 minutes.
Awesome.
I'm done.
Well, boom. That was great. Well, Frank, thank you so much. So if someone wants to reach out to you, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Go to getviral.com. I put it in the chat. I invite you guys to watch weekly classes where I work with clients every week to execute this. So you can sit in on real client meetings every week where we go through the tyranny of how do you actually execute all this. Every week it's live. All right. In addition to that, I've done some more in-depth interviews with customers and clients that are following this plan. If you think this plan makes sense and you like the plan, you got to pick a plan, right? So there's many plans. This is mine. This is ours. But there's interviews up on the website you can watch. And if you want to request a consultation, you can go to the website, or if you'd like to email me directly, you want to talk, there's my email. And ask Tom for his examples, what he's been doing. Tom, how long have you been working together?
A decade.
Yeah, 10 years.
And
Tom's
it's
been a client for a
been
long
going
time.
great. Because I'll be honest with you, before I met Frank a decade ago, I'm not going to lie, my database was a shit show, and it forced me to clean it up and get it dialed in and then communicate with my database. That's really the only tangible asset we really have in this business is our book of business. And if you ever want to sell it, you can sell it. So thank you very much, Frank. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Now you got your inspiration. Time to put in the perspiration.
Real quick, I also, before we leave, I put the link to the slides, those examples I showed you. I put a link there, so grab that before this meeting leaves. And you also have the outline.
Hey guys, reach out to Frank, reach out to me, and thank you very much. Have a good day. See you, Frank.
Enjoy yourself, Tom.
Enjoy.
Yes.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye now.